Hello everyone, CK here from Homeland Creation. We are now in Colony Sky Lounge together with a special guest and one of my good friends. Today we invited Datuk Charlie to share with us his insight and also the thoughts for property sectors. And I was so amazed with your experience. So Datuk Charlie, what's an ideal portfolio composition in terms of allocating funds to the property investment? It doesn't have to be specific. As you see, our Skyview pool is quite nice. And also Kampong Baru. A lot of foreigners, they like to stay here to experience the Malay lifestyle.
This area, put it this way, is more for investments and then eventually for short-term rentals.
Yes.
Otherwise, the investors will not be able to recover because the sale price is going to be stagnant at least for the next 3 to 4 years. So in order to ensure that they have income to pay their installments, income to pay their bills, income to pay their service charges, then they must let it out on short-term accommodation. If you are a long-term property investors, we will always like you to buy some landed properties. Though landed properties does not have immediate use because the rentals are not very good because it's more on the upside of the property values. So if you can keep it for say about 5 to 10 years, then the chances is that you will get your 30, 40, 50% yield. And some even double the value in a matter of 10 years. You also would like to have some what they call recurring income. So for rentals, so that you can actually help to pay some of your financing installments. Then high rise is actually very important. But choose your locations and places where they can fetch better yields. That is the place you buy. Don't invest too much in the suburbs, especially high rise. Buy some in the CBD areas.
So to the foreign investor, especially like Southeast Asia now, people look at Malaysia, Singapore, and even some of the countries like Thailand. So compared with those countries, Datuk, how do you see the challenge and also the opportunity which is can invest in Malaysia? Like what you say, the city center like KLCC area?
If you look at the market in Southeast Asia especially, most of the countries do not allow foreigners to own landed properties. And even they have a lot of restriction in owning other types of properties too. Number two, most of the countries, the properties have actually increased in pricing and they are not cheap. You go to Singapore, you go to Hong Kong, you go to Thailand, they are actually very expensive. Malaysia is still one of the cheapest property, what they call pricing. So it's always good to look at Malaysia. And Malaysia actually is multicultural, diversity, and it's one of the lower cost of living. So why not for the sake of living, especially for retirees. That's why we find that the Malaysia Second Home program is actually very important for the property markets in Malaysia. Because a lot of investors who are actually looking to set up homes in Malaysia, they would want to have the ease of going in and out. They would want to have long-term residences. And they also want to have some perks and some incentives. So Malaysia Second Home in the past have actually offered very good opportunities. Malaysia actually has a lot of commodities and resources. There will be a strong demand for assets. And secondly is that Malaysians are very prone to savings. And I think all Malaysians have savings. And they would like to look for some investment instruments so that they can make their money grow. So property is always a very good what you call long-term investments and good yielding. And you will never get zero value for your properties. There will always be values.